week I wanna know ya, yeah, what?
Oh, hey, we're live. Take it away, Brandon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of First Time. I don't know the name of our show. Long time, first time. The only show that is hosted by your future Lights Out Trivia.
Lights out, baby. We're coming for you.
Champions.
How cool is that, real quick, just to expand on that? How Kismet.
I was
the wheel.
Well, first off, I was driving home, and I was like, oh, shit, I think Tato's doing the thing. So I got home, I logged on. Literally, he picked somebody, and then I was like, okay, I didn't miss myself. I saw my name. Boom. Next spin, me. Next spin,
Really,
you.
Kismet.
I was looking at the wheels, like,
Fantastic.
okay, who's left? Anybody good? Nobody's good, but Jordan's on there. So, okay, let's
Not that son of a bitch, JBO. Anyone but him.
That's, if we're going to be doing this, we're going to do this with our life partners. So, I'm excited to.
Nah, that was good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind teaming up with anybody, but it was kind of nice and Kismet that it ended up being us who hang out anyway. So
And we've actually never played together.
In Lights Out, well, no. Oh,
Yeah,
that's what every teams has there.
We've never.
No,
been
didn't we? We did that kind of random trivia. Remember once?
Oh yes, you're right. We did the full.
Yeah.
What's that called? Miscellaneous.
Yeah. Well, do they do that anymore?
I don't know. I really.
That's why I think we might be okay, because I felt like we kind of covered each other a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got your.
We'll see.
Bit.
We'll probably lose round 1, but we'll see. I think we have a shot.
Everyone wrestling.
Well, no, we got to keep wrestling, because then I won't be able to get it. Yeah. But yeah, if you don't know what we're doing here, if you see the link below, the link in the chat, click that link. Type in those letters down there. Join us here. Talk about a movie you saw for the first time this week. Not preferably. The rules are it's got to be an older movie here. Not much older, just at least not in the last year. We're not looking for Wolverine and Deadpool or Doom talk, but anything else, come chat with us, talk about it. Let's see, we got somebody in the chat. Most places I'm listening to something different more. Okay, they should, or we'll steal it. Let's steal it for our channel. Then.
Yeah, we do it now. Miscellaneous.
Ryan, start writing the questions. What did you see this week, Brandon? What do you want to
today? There's one person, actually, a regular that I've been in contact with. I usually don't know the movies that they're talking about, but I was on Letterboxd today, and I saw a certain somebody log a certain movie, and I messaged him and said, you have to come on and talk about this movie, because anyone who knows me knows this is one of my favorite movies of all time. So hopefully this person, he said he's going to try to make it. So
who saw Son of the Mask this week? All right, cool.
Brian Nuss. We're off a tangent. One of the all-time moments in the trivia team. We haven't had very many high moments as a team, me and Brian, but him ripping off like a 5-pointer Son of the Mask before they were done reading.
That's right.
You were there. You were that. That's not even out yet. All-time moment. Stay tuned for that next match. Amazing.
Stay tuned, baby.
Yes. Am I kicking this off? You kicking this off?
Kick us off.
I'll kick us off with a boring movie. Where do I want to go here?
Spoilers.
I got 3 movies for you.
You never know which order to go in. Pick that. Got to start thinking about it.
I would just pick it randomly. So I always do my anime movies. And I saw one that had been on my Letterboxd for a while, and it finally hit Netflix. It's 2007's 5 centimeters per second. 5 centimeters per second from Makoto Shinkai. I didn't really know much about this movie. I just knew it was from, I don't believe, the same director. Oh, it is the same director as Your Name, which is one of the most beloved anime films of all time. Weathering You, which is also great. So I went to watch one of his older ones called 5 centimeters per second. I had to look it up if it was a movie, because it was really weird. It's done in 3 parts, but but they play credits in between each part. So it's really, really strange. Everything calls it a movie. It's a chain of short stories.
Okay, so it's an anthology film.
Yeah, it's an anthology film following two teenagers that basically are in a relationship, but they're moving at different places of Japan. One of them is done entirely of like they're calling each other and it's just them being sad. One of them is them actually meeting, and it's kind of done out of order. The Good, it's gorgeous. It's one of the best looking animation films I've seen. It's amazing. So one of the top comments is 5 wallpapers per second. They gave it 2 stars, but it said 5 wallpapers per second, just because just looking at it, like it's beautiful. So there's just not a lot going on. I watched it late last night. Maybe that night was live.
I'm losing you a little bit sound wise.
Oh, sorry. We good now?
No, now you're good.
I thought I move around too much. I thought maybe like I wasn't in the mindset for this one. It's only an hour and 10 minutes, which is nice. It just didn't really work for me. Again, maybe just seeing kids fall in love, just high school kids, high school love. Maybe I'm too old for that. It just didn't really connect to the characters at all. Kind of throws you in too much. It seemed rushed, and it was because it's only an hour. I feel like they needed to like let it breathe more, let the characters a little bit more. I like the concept of like these 3 moments in time, but it didn't really work for me. If you're into this type of animation, I'd check it out. You might like it. Some people on my Letterboxd gave it 5. Some people gave it 3. Eric gave it 3.5. I'm sitting at that 3 range. I was pretty bored with it, to be honest, but I'm putting it at that 3 range just because, it looked amazing. And the animation itself is like part of the whole thing, and it looks fantastic. Just didn't really work for me. If you're looking for something in this genre, with that coming of age young love story, I would highly recommend checking out Your Name. That's a 5-star. Weather and Review is 4.5 star. Same director. Those are amazing. This one had a little bit. Exactly, it's very forgettable, but it looks great. So yeah, 3 stars, mainly for that animation. That animation give it that bump. But yeah, didn't really do it for me. Very disappointing. I was very excited about it, especially an hour movie. But
wait, how long is it?
An hour and 3 minutes.
All right, it counts then. It's got to be over 60.
3. Yep.
Coming in my first movie, going back to the 90s, a little horror film called Brain Scan. Ever heard of this one?
No.
Hey,
any of those future questions that are going to be asked to me.
I find them, baby. I remember when Edward Furlong was a thing. This is a couple years after T2, so they're trying to make him a leading man here. He's just this kind of sad high school student. His mom's passed away, and he's got an infatuation with the girl next door, which is a little creepy because he's definitely videotaping her while she's undressing. Just saying, not totally cool, buddy. And he's in the horror video games. He finds this new interactive horror game, and it's really cool. It's all virtual, and he kills a guy, then wakes up the next day. He actually killed the guy. And there's this weird guy you can see him in the trailer called the Trickster, playing mind games with him here, coming from the video game itself here. Weird looking cat too. And then I looked up his Letterboxd filmography. Only makes a movie like once every 10 years. He's in this. 10 years later, he's in something else. 10 years later, he's in an Adam Driver movie recently. So the Trickster, I thought it was entertaining. Doesn't act all that much. But Frank Langella too is kind of wasted as the main cop here. He's very one monotone. I'm on to you kind of guy.
Literally
it's
every 10
definitely.
years.
Really.
I'm looking at it right now. 5 movies since '94.
Is it 5? Letterboxd only showed like 3, I think, or something like that. It's very 90s. Some of the effects, the Trickster bank about that was pretty good here, but all the video game effects are kind of very, very 90s here. It's a weird mix too. Like it gets sometimes kind of serious, sometimes kind of playful. So it's a weird mix that doesn't totally blend in. Also kind of boring at times. There's more than one sequence of him just kind of hiding in bushes and hoping no one realizes he's there. And I hate to say it too, like while it worked, I thought for T2, kind of found him a little annoying in this movie too at times here. Wasn't like the most fun leading man. So 2 stars, didn't hate it, but not enough to recommend it.
Kind of annoying in T2.
Right, but I felt like that kind of that track for the kid, and at least there's enough going on, so there's greatness around it, where I don't mind as much here. It's very forefront here.
Could this work with the remake?
Yeah, better writer, sure, because the premise is not bad. That's why
I just heard like going into a video game, and like that sounds like a cool.
Potters thinks it's great.
Of course, yeah, that tracks as well.
Again, Jeremy, Eric, Brian, if anyone wants to pop on in, there's the link right there.
Eric, join it, Eric.
Okay, specifically Eric. I think you might be able to saw something Brendan wants to talk about.
Yes.
What else do you see this week, though, while we wait?
All right, we are coming to it's a sad moment. We are coming to the end of not yet. We have one more, maybe two more if I want to do a bonus. We're coming to the end of my Kevin Smith. So I watched the movie that is called, this one was tough, Tusk.
Hell yeah.
I watched Tusk.
And you loved it, and you fucking loved it, right?
Well, so I want to set the background. I had to do a sexual harassment training for a new job, so I had that playing on in the background muted while watching a guy get turned into a walrus. So it was a great time that he had all around by everyone. I wanted to like this the way Kevin Smith like loves this movie and talks about it. I want to be like, yeah, you know what, this movie is great. It's not that bad. I mean, there's a lot of good in this. Like, it's definitely better than the last two I've watched. So or last three I've watched. This is the fourth one I've watched. Yeah, this is the fourth one I've watched for the show. We started with Kilroy, then we went to Yoga Hosers, and then we went to Jersey Girl. Now we're at this. So we're going up. We're trending upwards. There's a lot of good in this. I think Justin Long's pretty good. I've always liked Haley Joel Osment. I think he's great in everything he does. Michael Parks is awesome in this movie, actually. Like, I think he does a really good job. Like, this scene right here where they're just kind of telling stories is, like, really interesting, kind of. You kind of know what's going to happen here, but it's just, like, longed out. It just, once he becomes the walrus, I feel like it loses me a bit. It's really hard to look at. Like, him screaming, it's actually, like, very I've seen the image of it before, so I knew what to expect, but just like it's pretty tough to look at when he's just like screaming on the top of his lungs. What lost me at the end is just like it kind of didn't know what it wanted to be near the end. Like, it sets itself up to be kind of really disturbing and dark and everything, but then and we've already talked about how I feel about Johnny Depp's Guy Lapointe. I think he's great. I actually kind of love him. But I like him more in Yoga Hosers, to be honest, because that movie, I think, fits the vibe of that character a little more than this movie. Like, it's trying to be serious, I feel like, at some points, and then he's in there trying to, being all silly Johnny Depp-ish. So that part really didn't work for me, and it kind of fell apart near the end of it. But again, I like the beginning of it. I enjoyed it. I do think there's like an interesting concept there. The ending is super dark, where they just like leave him. Although they don't leave him, but he has his own little house, but he's just still like kind of stuck there forever. But yeah, not the best. I gave it 2.5. Didn't love it. Didn't really even like it, but like it more than the other stuff. Actually, I don't remember what I gave Jersey Girl. I might have gave Jersey Girl 3, so this might be below that. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it, I guess, because now I can say I watched a movie where a guy gets turned into a walrus. But yeah, just a little messy at times for me. Really had that like uncomfortableness that was nice for a movie like this, but yeah, I just felt like it didn't really know what it wanted. Like, it should have been sillier or should have been scarier, one of the two. Like, it needed to kind of figure itself out, in my opinion.
I do see what you're saying here. Though this one I can chime in on. I haven't seen 5 centimeters per millimeter a second, but I have definitely seen Tusk. I like it more than you. I do know what you mean. Like, it's definitely trying to have its jokes at first, and then it gets very serious in the second half. And then there's Johnny Depp popping up, so a little all over the place. But I still found it enjoyable, and because of Parks giving it his all long, Haley Joel.
Parks is great. Yeah, Parks is great.
I like it. I like it. And I don't know, Tato, if you can chime in on this as the semi Kevin Smith historian you are. I don't think that's going to necessarily finish the True North trilogy because between this and Yoga Hosers, he's obviously pivoted elsewhere.
Wait, is there a third one?
Oh, there was a plan to do a third one. That's what I'm asking Tato is. But like we're now several films away from it, reboot Clerks 3, 4:30 movie that I feel because of the reception of Tusk and especially Yoga Hosers.
Because those were back to back, right? Yeah, we need the Guy Lapointe Knives Out full on cinematic.
That would be cool. I've never heard of that happening, but that would be cool. If they had done the North trilogy, then he probably would have been that. I would imagine.
Yeah, they should make him like either like the biggest thing or just like leave him alone. I don't know.
Yeah, but also I think it's easier to get Johnny Depp to give you
2 seconds.
A few days of his time versus a month of his time. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Johnny, come have fun with you and your daughter for a couple of days versus mark out the next month and a half and be the lead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, say Kevin Smith's name and he'll appear. Tato believes in
Tato.
That's one of the things I bought, by the way, Brandon, for High Spots was the Joe Hendry autograph. Tato, one, did you hear my question?
I actually missed it because I was on the YouTube and then I just popped in the StreamYard, so I lost that chunk of time.
Oh, you lost them. Okay. My question was, Brendan brings up in the comments that Tusk is the start of the True North trilogy. That's pretty dead, isn't it?
I mean, it's just Moose Jaws kind of in the ether. It's not...
I'm just saying, like, the plan was that was like right after Yoga Hosers, and then I think after both this and Yoga Hosers didn't do well, he's done 3 films since. So I'm just saying, like, is it possible? Sure, but I feel like the likeliness is...
I would not bet money on Moose Jaws coming out, but
yeah,
I would also not bet against it. So
you'll see. It's whatever tickles his
He's also said another Tusk, so Tusks. So
I don't know. Exactly.
That has been discussed as well. Actually, absolutely.
Hey.
So what did you see this week, though, Tato?
I did a first time, long time, actual, literal, like the first time I'd seen the movie in a long time watch of, so I flipped the title on it. I did first time, long time, and I saw Rounders. It had been a hot minute since I'd seen, that, expert poker film, though I did argue about it in a debate at one point. I had already won the debate, so I kind of just took a back seat on that question and let the 2 opponents in the 3-way match kind of have their way. So yeah, excellent film. You got some Matty Damon, you got some Edward Norton, lots of other people. John Turturro, I had totally forgotten was in the movie because I don't even think I knew who John Turturro was at the first time I'd seen this movie. Ed Norton, in my opinion, doesn't miss, and Matt Damon is fantastic. Just a really solid movie.
This is Norton's movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that he kind of doesn't exist in the back third, back quarter.
Yeah, but he's so good.
But yeah, he is fantastic in it. I agree. Right here, just shows up Ed Norton and all over the place. It's beautiful.
And John Malkovich doing a crazy, crazy accent.
Yep, I didn't
even man his money.
Pay him. It's so perfect, so bad. So the debate I had was what movie that isn't a sports movie should be considered one. Ooh. And this is what I went with here, because I think poker is very much a mental sport, and you have the Russian bad guy, which is a great sports staple. Yeah, so that's what I went with. Like I said, I didn't really argue it that passionately because I was up 3-0 in the debate at that by the time this question rolled around. But yeah, I still think I got in some good licks considering I let my opponents have all of the.
What was the other? What was the other one that they said?
I think there was maybe a horse movie in there, like a Hidalgo or perhaps. Karate Kid was picked but got refused because it is a sports movie.
Yeah. I love this. That's a good pick. Like this is like a guy has to make the big game, so he gets the help, and then he has that's 100%.
It's a sports movie, yeah. It is a sneaky sports movie, which is pretty awesome. I feel because I love me a good sports flick.
What's the rating, Tato?
4 stars.
I'm at 3.5.
That's what.
I need
That's
3.
about. I think I'm at a 4. I really liked it. I think it's a very engaging story. You guys already mentioned the performances. Yeah, I dig it. It's a good one.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, cast is perfect.
Alrighty, Tato. I will titty you later.
Titty.
My next one here, and actually, I know you've seen this one, Tato, too. Actually,
Stick around.
Because you were finishing your Will Smith gaps. I finished one not too long ago. Made in America is one I had never seen. With Will Smith, it's just a co-star actually. Here, it's more about Nia Long to find out who her father is. Who's my father, Whoopi? Why won't you tell me, Whoopi Goldberg? And she finally figures out it's not only someone she never expected. It's Ted motherfucking Danson, of all people, is her biological father here. And hijinks ensue here. Will Smith is fun as her kind of best friend. You know, maybe wants some more from her, but she kind of just wants to be besties. Yeah, this is actually, and they actually did date at this time too for a little while here. So I think there's a little bit of chemistry between these two here. Young Jennifer Tilly is actually quite funny too, as his younger girlfriend, who they have a fun breakup scene where she just kind of she's cool with it. And it's not the greatest. Again, kind of like
Jennifer Tilly cartwheels.
Hey! Definitely rewound that scene.
Wait, does Ted Danson play a character, or is her dad Ted Danson in the movie?
No,
It's
Ted
a
Danson.
Okay, when you said her dad is Ted Danson, I was like, that's like a
I
meta.
just see in this scene he's kind of a greasy car salesman. Like I said, his girlfriend when they first meet is Jennifer Tilly, who's a little quite a bit younger than him. Like I said, there's enough laughs and enough charm. It gets a little hokey, a little unbelievable too. I also want to say towards the end, but it is one of those that like just enough just to like kind of slightly recommend. I would give it a 2.5. If I had her Ebert Roper it, I'd give it the slight thumbs up. I'd say why not? It passed an afternoon.
Yeah, this movie is definitely not as bad as it gets a rap for, kind of, but it's also pretty not good. Will Smith is good in it. For a super early Will Smith role, he's still he's Will Smithing it up.
Yeah, he's not stretching here.
But yeah, Danson and Whoopi do have some solid chemistry here, and it actually does kind of play well. And it's not as for being Tato Lore, the movie, it's not that bad.
It's not. Like I said, I feel like it's well intended enough to where I went with it for the most part.
The sperm bank. She asked for a tall, intelligent black man. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. That's
hey,
great tagline, BT Dub.
Don't we all? Any tagline that starts with
that poster. I'm buying you that poster for Christmas, Tatum. I'm sure it's on eBay somewhere. Brandon, what else you got this week? And it better be this.
It is my weekly whole fill. It is, and this was a shocking one actually. I don't know why I haven't seen this movie. I feel like I'd seen parts of this movie, but I hadn't seen this movie. It's a movie. It's a franchise that has 5 films in it, and I love some of them. And I hadn't seen arguably the second best one. I finally watched Die Hard with a Vengeance. Don't know why I have not seen this movie. I've seen one 10,000 times. It is in my top 10 movies of all time. I love it so much. I've seen 2 a handful of times. I've seen 4 a handful of times. I liked 4. I've seen 5 once and it was bad. But this one I watched for the first time, and this movie is fucking awesome. It's very different. I mean, it's not different. It's not as different from, I'd say, 4 and 5. It's closer to 4 and 5 than it is 1 and 2. But it's very different than 1. Because it's all around the city. This is the first one that kind of opens up the world rather than 1 and 2 where it's single locations. Do I like the single locations? Maybe. I love 1 and 2. But this one is so good, and you get him messing around with Samuel L. Jackson being great in this. You have Jeremy Irons being great in this. You think it's going to end a couple different ways, and then it keeps moving around, and it's just Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis. I love my Bruce Willis. So this movie was great. I'm kind of glad it took me so long to watch it, because whenever I get a Bruce Willis film that I haven't seen in a while and it's good, I get so excited. There's just like a secret gem just kind of sitting there waiting for me that I just haven't got to yet. So this is a 4.5-star movie. Let me double check. I think I gave it that. If I didn't, I'm changing my mind. This is a 4.5-star movie. So good. Not as memorable or great as the first one, in my opinion, but still does such a good job of it's still believable a little bit more than eventually what it gets to. He's not quite superhero John McClane launching motorcycles off of ramps into helicopters, so it doesn't get that crazy super invincible man as 4 and 5 get. So it's still a little bit more grounded, but it's still over the top. Good action, good villain, good chemistry. Love it.
Eric, you ever seen Die Hard 3?
Yeah, a while ago. Actually, I saw this one first before I saw the first one, which was weird.
That's
Very
weird.
weird.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
caught
like
it
it?
on TV one time. Yeah, I like it a lot. Like I like the first one better as well as Brandon,
Yeah,
but I remember liking this one a lot.
Everyone should.
I need to see it again. Yeah.
it's good fuck. It's a good flick.
Tato, you ever seen Die Hard 3?
I have seen 0 diehards.
You just randomly throw people on and talk about
Yeah,
Die
yeah.
Hard. Very jarring.
No, I enjoyed Die Hard 3. Yeah, no, it's a really worthy sequel. Or probably, I really like the fourth one just because I like Justin Long and Kevin Smith. But like, it's right there is maybe my favorite sequel. Because again, Samuel Jackson's a welcome addition here. Good villain. It's good stuff. Eric, I know Brandon definitely wanted you here. What did you see this week?
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of pretty good films I could talk about, but I was specifically requested to talk about My Cousin Vinny, which is a pretty good movie that probably most people know, and I hadn't seen ever.
Potato definitely knows because he's written multiple questions for me for this movie.
Yeah, I had to see it because it's a deep cut in the next match I have, so I kind of had to see it with note taking, which sucked. But besides that, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. At the beginning, I wasn't getting why Marisa Tomei won an Oscar, except for her looks. She looks great in this movie. Like she looks great everywhere, but she looks perfect in this one. Like
Top notch.
this is her best look, but also her probably her best performance in a comedic role. Like she's great, especially at the end with the whole trial scene and the cars and all that. Spoilers, I guess, for a 30-year-old movie. Joe Pesci, I've been on a Joe Pesci binge, kinda. And he was great also. He's really funny as sort of underdog, street smart lawyer. He gets his due in a while. I was surprised how little Ralph Macchio actually appears. Like he is the beginning of the movie, and then obviously he's in jail, so that's why he's not there that much. But he was fine. The judge was pretty great as Fred Gwynne from Pet Sematary. I had seen him before in that. He was very like commanding, but also like very demanding of Joe Pesci. That was pretty funny. The scene where Joe Pesci arrives to the prison and Stan, the other guy who's in prison with Ralph Macchio, is like expecting him to he believes, I don't want to get into it. You get demonetized, but it was pretty funny that scene.
Goes over to jail cell and says, "You want to get started?" That's all we'll say. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I really want to see it again without having to pay attention to the trivia stuff because that kind of took away from me. So I could see it going up on rewatch. But so far, I gave it 4 stars.
Solid.
Yeah, this is one of my. We all have those movies that remind you of like your parents, like your dad. You and your dad grew up watching this or something like that. This is like that movie for the Coen household. This and The Fifth Element randomly are like those movies for the. It's always on our TV because it's always on TV. It's our like TV movie. Whenever you see it on, you have to click it. You have to watch from wherever you are. You have to watch it to the end. So this is just like nostalgia for me, but also I just love this movie. This is like one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So when I saw Eric talk about this, or I saw it this morning, I was like, oh my God, are we going to talk about My Cousin Vinny on this show? Absolutely sign me up. So I kind of forced him into it. Was there something better that you had to watch or that you could have talked about?
I saw Casino as well. That's why I talk about Joe Pesci.
Yeah, double Pesci. This is better than Casino.
Pesci.
This is my favorite movie. Also,
like-
if you guys are interested, he in 1998, Joe Pesci put out an album that he did in the character of Vincent LaGuardia Gambini. So he has a full album out there called Vincent LaGuardia Gambini Sings Just For You. and apparently it's his second studio album. But I do know I haven't heard this. It's not very good, but there is Joe Pesci album that he sings in the character as.
What genre does he sing? Does he rap?
Rap? I don't think. I think it's like basic, like Sinatra style.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you know Rodney Dangerfield has a rap album in the 80s?
Ooh, that's our next show. We listen to.
Did you know Macho Man Randy Savage has a rap album?
I have
That's
it
what I
on
was
vinyl.
thinking before. Yeah.
Be a man, Hulk. No, yeah, this is a great fun flicker. One that I need to do a rewatch of because it has been a hot minute, but I think a lovely, really funny, charming film. Like Brendan also said, you know, the whole family likes it and whatnot. Tater, you threw your arms up. You like My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah, I adore this picture. This picture being the inspiration for Papa's movie night was the first match ever played in that. So, little plug there for Papa. If you have not seen that, Me versus Maria, it's an awesome match. All My Cousin Vinny questions. So, really sweet.
Why wasn't I on that?
I don't know if you existed at the time.
I thought.
Wait, what? No,
What?
Brendan now dates Maria.
Yeah,
Okay, that tracks.
No, it was
a
last
few
year.
years.
You outdate me, I'm sure.
I've been in this world for like what, 5 years now?
Way to show
I
off,
think
Brian.
2020.
Shut up.
I'll pick up that name.
Brian, you've been to every con in Canada. I've met every
Brian has met more wrestlers than me these last few years. I don't even think he watches wrestling. Like that's, like, I'm kind of mad. Like I really feel like he's like seen one Raw and was like, oh, but I met Cody and I met Roman and I met. Sorry, that's just
This
jealousy
movie
coming
is
right out.
perfect. Marissa Tomei is excellent. The hunting scene where Vinny's about to go hunting is.
Yeah.
Did you give a fuck what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing?
Everybody just gets
That's
it.
just great.
Everybody's just like gets it in this movie, and they're just all. And it's not very long, which is nice. It's just a great, fun watch.
And also,
Yeah,
I'm
for
not
comedy,
the first person
like-
to point this out, but tremendously legally accurate to the point where law schools use it to teach law.
Yeah, I watched it with my wife because I've been showing her more
Shut
like
up.
law movies,
Shut up.
and she actually hit like that's pretty spot on.
Like as far as movies go, like obviously it still has movie elements to it though, but pretty accurate to the legal procedure.
Yeah, I like
That's
a
a
pretty
love
good fish out of water law comedy. These and Legally Blonde. Legally Blonde I like better than most people, but I like them the same. But I can see both of them going up. I really need to see My Cousin Beanie without the trivia constraints. So
Yeah,
I
do
need
that,
to
man.
make sure
Especially
what's the
just,
mark
like,
of the
Writing
tigers.
out every fucking note. I hate that shit. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, no, I hated that. Yeah.
I just want to watch
But
movies.
I want to win.
I just want to watch movies. Jado, Eric, a pleasure to have you. If anyone else wants to join, let us know. Links all around. You know what to do. Or DM with one of us here on the Facebookals. My final movie of the night here. We're also gonna. Hey, I finally have a good movie to talk about. I feel like I'm the king of 2 and 3s. I'm gonna give you a good movie, but we are getting a little more depressing here. I saw The Fallout. It's a really good movie. I believe it's on HBO Max actually. Here, our girl Jenna Ortega, as well as Maddie Ziegler, survived through a school shooting here, and it's not a salacious movie here. It doesn't embark on the violence here. It embarks very much just on these characters that form kind of an unlikely friendship because of this combined travesty that they have both been through, and the things that and how it shapes them. It's very quiet at points. It's very poignant at points. There's some great stuff between her and her dad, John Ortiz, really good character actor towards the end that really gets you going here. Yeah, I think this is a very real, and then you also see Julie Bowen, of course, so I think it's really good here. She's being straightforward as well of even how they kind of cope with it. How maybe they might even overdo it at times because of what has happened to their daughter here. And I think it's very poignant and unfortunately a very as of now movie here that it doesn't hit many false notes. I really enjoyed it. I give this one 4 stars actually. So it's a pretty decent recommendation. The only reason I didn't see it is because I had known it was going to be like a heavy hitter movie, and I kind of purposely avoided it for a while.
Yeah.
Like I legitimately was like, I'm gonna watch Joe Dirt. I'm gonna watch something else. I'm gonna watch Adam Sandler's stand-up special for the 3rd time. Like I always avoid it for certain reasons. Shailene Woodley's really good too as the therapist. yeah, like I said, it's surrounded by just like good character moments.
It's crazy
All
she's
the
playing
fun
therapist
ones.
now. Like, wasn't she just a high school student? Like,
I know, like I mean, it's what is it? What did I see the other day where I was like, this person's playing a mom now? Like, wasn't she
Yeah.
like a daughter like a year ago?
I've not seen it. I don't know if I could watch. Like, I used to. I've watched a bunch of stuff like this before. I've watched like 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
But now that I'm in that world, I wonder how I would react to.
Oh yeah, you're coming from a whole different.
I mean, we
perspective,
just
too.
had
Absolutely.
literally an hour-long training yesterday on this topic, so I wonder if
Yeah.
I would, if it would hit me. I don't know.
Brian,
Speaking
you ever
of
seen the
shootings,
Fallout?
Brian's here. No,
I have not seen this one. It's on my list.
All right, then hold on. Eric, you seen the Fallout?
Yeah, it's great. I also gave it 4
Physical
stars.
shootings, Eric. Is-
Yeah, you're horrible. Yeah, Taylor, ever seen the Fallout?
Speaking of
I
school,
there it is. Had a debate about it once, but did not get to it, and still won the crap out of that debate. Suck it, Malcolm.
I like always
Yeah, what's the
debate
question? Yeah.
We'll find out later. Yeah, what was the question? Taylor.
Best Jenna Ortega performance. I took.
Ah, and you won over Fallout?
Yep.
You're a good debater. / that guy sucks. Who was your?
I had seen neither of the movies at that point.
Well, again, we'll be even more kudos to you because you have the wrong answer. Who's your opponent?
Malcolm, I believe.
Oh, sorry, Malcolm. Didn't mean to say you suck live. Brian, you're here though. You saw
Yes, I
some
am.
movies. What
best
did you
use
think
of
this
adding and removing people for the sake of comedy goes to JPO.
Hey,
I agree. Yeah, for me, I just finished this movie today. Actually, I watched American Psycho for the first time.
Ooh.
Hey,
In the
we're
year
gonna go to high note.
2000. Yeah,
Sorry.
year 2000. Yeah, this movie surprised me. I love the first 2 acts of it. Love the use of music. Some good use of comedy there. Christian Bale should have got Oscar for this role. He's fantastic as Patrick Bateman. And I love the first 2 acts. Wasn't a fan toward the ending of it though.
This work is good.
Oh. Fair enough. Oh, this is not. I can't watch that.
Yeah,
Whoa. But-
what did you rate it?
I gave it 4 stars actually.
All right, so you did like it enough.
Yeah, sorry, Zach Shelton. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, he hates this, right?
Yeah, I believe he gave 1 star, I believe, to the film when I saw Letterboxd.
Dang. I know it's a semi-polarizing film, but
Yeah, some
I
call
feel
it
like it's better than
overrated.
one.
I think it's a very good
It's
performance
overrated.
in a okay movie.
Yeah,
I think about it to 3.5. Like this is, I mean, you want to say Tusk is a hard watch. This is a hard watch at points.
I
Holy
agree.
moly! But yeah, I'm probably about the 3.5 mark myself. What do
I'm
you
at
think
4.
about this one, Brennan?
I'm
Yeah.
at 4. Yeah, I mean, like I like the ending of this. I like how the ambiguity of it. I would love the performance.
I don't mind that. Yeah.
I do think it's maybe
Yeah.
slightly overrated. I think his performance has become what people will remember about the movie and not the movie itself.
I agree.
In the 20 years, 24 years.
24 years,
now.
actually.
But I mean, isn't his performance the movie though? Like that's hard to,
Basically,
you know.
Yes.
basically.
Like he's in every scene. He's the monologuer. Like yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Hey Brian, there's an American Psycho 2. It's really good. You should check that out and
There
talk
is,
about
I
it.
didn't know
Mila
that.
Kunis. Mila Kunis.
It's not on Netflix though for me, so if it gets
Don't-
on Netflix,
don't
Go
worry
buy
about
the DVD, man. Splurge.
Okay then.
Tato, you ever seen
Really?
American Psycho?
I have not.
All right, cool. Oh well, no, wait. I clicked that one. I meant to click this. You got anything else, Brandon?
Not from this week. I could pick something if you want me to.
No, I just want to make sure. Gosh.
There's nothing else prepared. I could talk about something I watched
You
back
read the
in.
book, the movie. Oh, movie's better than the book, says the Bret Easton Ellis book. And what's that James Vanderbeek movie too? There's a spinoff too, technically, of like his brother, technically. Anyway, doesn't matter. Brandon, any plugs or parting words for the wonderful people out there?
Every Thursday, you can find me here. That's about it. On Sunday night.
I did the same thing to Maria the other day. Why am I doing that all of a sudden? I meant to hit that button. I apologize. Continue.
Sunday
I
night,
did the wrong
come
button.
watch the beginning of the longest reigning, it's almost a Full Metal, Lights Out Trivia Tag Team Champions as we start our ascent into superstardom as? Are we just long time? Team long time? Is that who we are?
Team long time. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
What's the LO?
We got this Sunday.
LO Legion of Long Time? I don't know.
What? I would
In the
call
chat,
ourselves the first timers.
LO
That's
long
not
time. I don't
weird.
know what I meant. Oh, Lights Out. That makes sense. Okay, never mind. I guess
Yeah,
we're
Lights Out.
Yeah, that makes sense. LO. I'm smart. Yeah. So watch that. That is on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe, as we're taking on Kevin Poss and our very own friend of the show, Jeremy Potters.
I told Jeremy to come on tonight, but he's avoiding us.
Yeah, he's afraid.
Sunday. Yeah.
Bitch.
Tato, you're gonna be there, right?
Yeah, I think I'll be there. I think I have to ask some questions to you guys. Should it
have
be
them
a
now.
fun one? That is, as of now, the first one scheduled. So
Yeah.
looking
Start
like
off hot.
you will be starting off the league ski. I'm excited.
Oh, you're gonna get destroyed in one.
Acknowledge us.
Oh, now
Aaron.
Potter.
We are number one. I'm your first ever Let's Out champ. Don't forget it. Brandon, anything else? I forgot. Were you done?
No, that's it.
Tato, plugs, parting words.
Yeah, Lights Out trivia.
Brian, plugs, parting words.
Yeah, Tourist Festival will be at JP.
Yeah, we'll be doing something tomorrow. Wait, what are we doing tomorrow?
That's the
It's always
2000s
gonna
championship.
Oh, yeah, movie here in Arrow. Sweet.
It's gonna make me laugh. We're done doing the show. Jordan just throwing people in and seeing them like Tato's in different body positions every single time. He's blowing a blunt. He's so good at this. Exactly.
That's, when you can play God on stream, sometimes it
It's
goes to
never
your
gonna
head.
not make me laugh. I love it.
Hey, have you met my friend Elaine, Brendan?
I'm afraid. Oh,
On your side, it's love. And if you strike out,